Hello everyone, welcome back to part 4 of my Haley Reaching under 3 hours legendary guide for the Master Chief Collection. Now the next mission we'll be doing is Tip of the Spear, and this mission is pretty easy on legendary, I think. It's quite easy to get a good time on, I think. So at the start of the mission you want to bear left of the cliff side, and you want to take out the 2 grunts that are on the 2 fuel rod shade turrets. Now it's really important that you do this whilst you're behind a rock, as they can't really shoot you from behind that rock. Once you've done this, you want to run out into the open just like this, which will trigger the Pelican to drop off the Warthog. And once the Pelican's dropped off the Warthog, you want to get in the Warthog and drive away. And you want to drive to this next area where I drive to. So when you get to this area, after you've gone down this jump, you want to get out of the Warthog and take out the marine that's on the gunner seat. You want to do this as it will allow you to shoot the AA turret from over here, meaning that you won't be able to encounter any enemies, so you can shoot it from a safe place, as this is less risky than having to go to the place as you normally would. So yeah, if you want to keep on shooting the turret with the rocket Warthog, it takes around 7 or 8 sets of rockets, I think, for it to blow up. But basically you just want to keep on shooting it until you hear the sirens go off. And once you've done that, once you hear the sirens, that means you've shot it enough times so you can proceed to the next area. And once you've shot it enough times, you want to follow the right path. And also you want to try and hijack a ghost. Now sometimes there will be an elite in one of the ghosts here, other times there won't be an extra ghost. So, but it will always be a ghost that's overturned, so if the elite isn't there, hijack that one. Otherwise you want to try and hijack the ghost with the elite in it, as it'll be a bit easier, it'll be a bit easier. Then you want to wait until the makeshift bridge is finished lowering. Then you want to go over the bridge, then the Pelican drops, then make your way to the next area whilst in the ghost. When you get to this area, you want to drive the ghost up the cliff just like this, as it will allow you to skip the next area. So once you've driven over the cliff, you want to get out of your ghost and shoot the Grunt on the shade turret. Also, I try and blow up the shade turret if possible, as more grunts will get in it and he'll try to shoot you. So yeah, just try and blow up the shade turret if you can. When you come up your stairs, there'll be two skirmishers with needle rifles, so you want to take them out if you can. And also there's a health pack there if you need it. When you get to this area, you want to jump on the beam below on the right side, and jump onto the cliff edge and jump over this pipe. But basically, by doing this, it will allow you to skip all the enemies, and also it will despawn the Zealot elite that normally spawns here if you're doing it normally. But the only enemies you'll encounter is the 2 Jackals, so you want to get rid of them. Then you want to jump on down here and make sure you pick up the plasma launcher, as that's going to be quite useful for the next area. Then you want to get in the Revenant and just boost your way to the next area. Ignore the enemies that are in this area. Just run past them and you'll be fine. Now when you get to this area, you'll see a Warthog that's on like a bridge that's all broken. So you want to jump up here by crouch jumping onto the pillar and jump your way to the Warthog. Then you want to get into the gunner seat and just keep on shooting the AA turret until it blows up. By doing this, it means that you don't encounter those flying enemies. I can't remember what they're called, but they refer to them as buggers, I think, on the Pillar of Autumn. So once you've done this, once the turret's been blown up, you want to take out the rest of the enemies. Now normally in this part of the level, there's usually 2 waves, or there can be 1, but most of the time, or at least one of them just decides to just drive off the edge of the mountain most of the time. Now in this run that I did, they both decided to drive off the mountain, which was beneficial for us as we didn't have to waste our plasma launcher on it. But yeah, for this area you may just want to prioritise the waves and the hunters first, as they're quite dangerous. I wouldn't worry too much about the elites or the grunts or jackals. Just focus your fire on the hunters with the plasma launcher. And also, because we picked up the extra plasma launcher from earlier, we can get another fresh plasma launcher, which will be directly behind us. It'll be on the crate next to where the drop shield is, or the bubble shield. So as you can see there, that's where the other plasma launcher is. Then you just want to focus your fire on the remaining hunters if you can. I got a bit lucky there, where because I was locking onto the hunter, one of the jackals got in the way and he got stuck, which is good. If you run out of ammo, your next best option is to use the Revenant on the remaining enemies. And this is a pretty good run so far. We're doing pretty good for time, which is pretty good for legendary. But you just want to mop up the rest of the enemies just like this. Now the next section with where you get on the Falcon, you want to get on the right hand side of the Falcon, as I think it's the easiest, because the enemies are more condensed, like they're more close together, if you know what I mean. Whereas if you were to go on the left side, they'll be more spread out, and you have to adjust your aim quite a lot on that side. But definitely the right side is definitely a lot easier for this next part. So yeah, when this area starts, you'll first encounter a bridge. So you want to take out all the enemies that are on the bridge first, as if you don't, they can shoot you down. So there'll be enemies on either side, depending on which side you chose. And if you're in co-op, you obviously need to shoot both sides. Now for the right side, you mainly want to prioritise the shade turrets, as they can be quite deadly on legendary. So shoot those two shade turrets just like that. Then when you go past this building, focus your fire on the two shade turrets first, then do the wraith. Then focus your fire on the remaining enemies on the floor. And that's this side completed, which is good. Which is pretty easy. And once all the enemies are dead, which is pretty good. Now we're moving on to the next area. Now while going to this area, I think I like to try and do like to bounce the EMP off the shield, which is quite cool. But anyway. Now for this next area, after the cutscene, you want to pick up the health pack. It's on the floor. So when you get to this section, you want to pick up one of the health packs on the floor. You don't need to worry about the jetpack, as it's a lot faster to use the sprint. So you want to stick to the right side and try and take out the grunts if possible. Now I was a bit slow here taking them out, as I had one of the skirmishers shooting me at first, so I had to run back down the hill to grab a plasma pistol. Also, it's really important that you pick up a plasma pistol for this next part, as at the top of the spire there'll be an elite with a energy sword, or if you're playing in co-op there'll be a few other elites with concussion rifles, which can be quite tricky if you don't have a plasma pistol. Once you've got a plasma pistol, you want to jump up here, jump up to this rock, crouch jump up to here, and then you want to board this vehicle just like this. I had a pretty funny encounter here where I saw the Bob there. I had no idea the Bob could spawn there. But anyway, you want to drive to this door just like this, get out the vehicle, then take up the lift to the top of the spire. Now the main threat for this area is the fuel rod grunts and the elite with the energy sword. Ideally you want to try and take out a few of the grunts first, as they can be a nightmare to deal with when there's loads of them with a fuel rod cannon. You just want to EMP the elite just like this and shoot him with a DMR. Now all that's left is just a few odd grunts, which is pretty good. We're still doing pretty well for time. So yeah, past this mission completed. I hope this video has helped you out, and I'll see you next time where I'll be covering Long Night of Solace, and thank you for watching.